What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new episode review of Married at First Sight, you guys. This is season 17, and this is episode number 3, you guys. And this episode is titled Hard Launch, guys. So before we go ahead and just jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on this channel and aren't subscribed yet, then I'll need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. And you guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, you guys, let's go ahead and briefly discuss Married at First Sight, because this episode was another boring episode for me. My notes, they are pretty non-existent. And this episode was an hour and 30 minutes. And I want my time back. I really, truly would like my time back, because this episode, I really wish that we would just get through the, I really do wish that we would get through the weddings quicker than what they do. But it is what it is. This is the final wedding of this episode. It is the wedding of Cameron and Claire. And Cameron and Claire, judging by that trailer for what's to come this season, I don't know if Cameron and Claire are going to make it. I kind of hope they don't, because I'm not the biggest fan of Claire as of right now. I don't see it for Claire. But if you guys watch the episode, please let me know, what do you guys think about Claire and Cameron? I will say with Claire and Cameron that I felt like she was making the situation with them a little awkward. That's just my personal opinion. Hey, Tracy, how are you doing this evening? Actually, I'm about to say afternoon, but this evening. How are you doing today? Claire and Cameron. Yeah, but Claire and Cameron, you guys, I don't really think that they're gonna last. I truly don't. This, like I said, this episode was very boring for me. I was watching it while I was at work, and it took me forever to get through this episode. I started watching this episode at 3 o'clock Central Time, and I just finished this episode just before I got on here. So I finished it I was finished with that episode just before 5:30. Now you take that and however you want. It took me that long to watch this episode, from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 5:30 in the afternoon. That is a long time to watch an episode, because I stopped, I paused, I had so many other things to do on top of work. But even if an episode is good, whenever I have a show that's a good episode, I will forego work and watch my shows. Like if I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or Miami, I would have watched those instead of work today. But I actually worked instead of watching this episode. So, she finally figures out what that gift was that he gave her. She heard his accent. And we also found out a little bit more about Claire's brother. You guys know that Claire's brother passed away. So she let us know that her brother passed away 4 years ago. And again, my condolences to her. I don't know what that's like to lose a sibling. I can't imagine what that pain is. And especially someone that you were in the womb with. So that is another half of you. Couldn't imagine what that feels like. But like I said, this episode and this wedding, I was just completely bored. But then looking at Claire made this very like, her interactions with him were awkward, and I was just like, I don't see this lasting. I know that they kept doing the poll. I know that when Keisha Knight Pulliam for the after show, there was a poll that was up all night last night. Which couple do you think will make it? The long haul, for the long haul. And for me personally, I just don't think that any of these couples are going to be in it for the long haul. I truly don't. Just looking at some of these people, I don't think that any of them are in it for the long haul. One of them that I kind of want to go ahead and just call it quits now is going to be Emily and Brennan. But that's it for those two. Let's go ahead and talk about Emily and Brennan. The one thing that I want to say about Emily, ma'am, I think you're an alcoholic. I think you are drunk, because either you don't know your limit or what, because at the wedding, you sounded like you was already a little toasted at that wedding. I was like, ma'am. And then that preview for what's coming up this season, when we see her and him taking shots together, I was like, oh, yeah, you got a little drinking problem. Hey, Shayna, how are you doing? Like, I think she got a little drinking problem, a drinking problem. And I really want for Brandon to stop talking about his parents and saying that they set the bar high for him. Brennan, your parents set the bar all the way below hell. Like, your parents are not the poster children for what a healthy relationship should be. Especially if you said that they've argued with the not like the things that you said about your parents. I don't necessarily know if I would say that your parents are the ones that I would model a relationship after. And he keeps talking about divorce is not an option. In what world is it not an option, sir? Unless you gonna, tie this woman, hog tie this woman, and leave her in the basement somewhere and just only feed her, just feed her through the door, then I don't know how divorce is not an option. I'm just thoroughly confused by him constantly repeating, "Oh, divorce is not an option. Divorce is not an option, sir. It is an option for whoever it wants to be for." Do I think these two are going to make it? Absolutely not. I hope they don't, and for different reasons. One, for him, because I don't know what kind of family values he has that need to be disintegrated and just whatever. And then with her, like I said, I just really believe that mama got an alcohol problem. Those are my opinions. And this is allegedly because like I said, at the wedding, she sounded like she was slurring her words. And I get it on your wedding day. I get it. I get it on your wedding day. You want to have fun and whatnot. But girl, I also want to remember that day as well. Tracy said not feeding her cheeses like Carla Russell. Yep, it's gonna be a Carla Russell situation. Minus technically, yeah, it'll be a Carla Russell situation. Minus the wig. Minus the wig that she left behind in her car. But yeah, at one point when they were sitting down, Emily was telling, Brendan about the bachelorette party and how at the bachelorette party, she was taking shots from the strippers. And I was just sitting here thinking to myself, ma'am, is that the first thing that you want to like one of the things that you want to tell your husband that you took shots off of the strippers? And that's no shade to the strippers, but I'm just like, is that really what we want to tell him? Was that the only thing that came to your brain? Was to say, yeah. Well, you know what? I'd rather her say that than the fact that she was at that bachelorette party with her, her hoo-ha up in the air with no underwear on. So I guess you know what? We'll take that one. I'll let her live with that. But damn, you couldn't say I just had a good time at the bachelorette party and let him see it when the show airs. Like you don't want a little bit of privacy? Maybe not. But okay. I'm gonna keep my good eye on Emily. Because I think Emily gonna give us a good time this season. I truly do. Lord, when I tell you guys my notes are over, my notes are almost over because this episode was boring. I don't know how I sat through this episode. I truly don't. I just with Married at First Sight, I think what Married at First Sight needs to do is what I noticed is with this the first two episodes, I did notice that they didn't show us so much of them shopping for the wedding dresses and the tuxes. I like that. I really did like that. What I want from Married at First Sight to do is give us less at the wedding. I don't need to see because that's what we saw a lot of in this episode too, were people getting up and giving toast. And I was like, oh my God, I was bored out of my mind. I just didn't understand. I just really truly didn't understand what was going on. And I know this is what happens at a real wedding, but this show is almost 2 hours long. Y'all can cut some of the stuff out of this episode. Y'all can cut a whole lot out of the episode and just make it, condense it because I don't need to see every single thing at the weddings. I couldn't be bothered to care. I want to see the I do's. Then we can see them do their first dance. We can see maybe one or two people get up and give a speech. But everybody, damn near everybody got up and gave a speech in this episode. I was like, are we getting another speech? They were like, yep. Yep. Tracy says, weighing the pros and cons of embarrassing herself. I guess she was. I guess she was because I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn. I mean, like I said, she had a great time at the bachelorette party, but you really told a man, your husband, who was also a complete stranger to you, that you at your bachelorette party took shots off of a stripper. I thought they said what I thought like with bachelorette parties and bachelor parties, it's kind of like what they say in Vegas. What happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas, right? That was what I thought. That's what I've always thought. But yeah, she just let it all flow out. But like I said, I think it's because I think at this point, Miss Mamas was, a little drunk on the scene. So that's why that came out of her mouth. I think that's what happened. Miss Mamas was drunk and just, had word vomit. So let's move on to the next one. Lauren and Orion. I crack up laughing at the fact that everybody keeps calling this man Orion. Like, it's hilarious to me. It's funny. Because even somebody on her side called him Orion. I'm like, do y'all not know about the fact that there's a constellation called Orion's Belt? But maybe not. Maybe I'm just too nerdy to know that. Tracy says the stripper. Here's what I found. Lady, I wasn't talking to you. Tracy says the stripper was a stranger too. He sure was. He surely was. And Tracy also says she knows the stripper. And at this point, you're right, because I mean, she don't took a body shot from him. So at this point, she do know the stripper a lot better than her husband. So we ain't finna judge. I'm not even gonna pass no judgment on her. I'm just side eyeing her and this drinking is really what I'm doing. But yeah, Lauren and Orion. I don't know if these two gonna make it either. Part of me is saying I hope they don't. Actually, a big part of me is saying I hope they don't. And it's just I don't see them as being a match with each other. Like just don't see them being a match. But again, I don't see anybody being a match, and that goes to Married at First Sight as well. I don't know what Married at First Sight's criteria is for matching these people are, but it is, they do whatever they do. Tracy says, yes, you are too nerdy. Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. Because when everybody kept saying this man named Orion, I'm like, nobody knows about Orion's belt. Okay, maybe as a kid, I was big into the constellations, so I knew all the constellations. I knew how to find the constellations: the Big Dipper, Orion's belt. Now, if you ask me today, can I find them? The only one I can find is Orion's belt. But as a little boy, I can find all the constellations for you. I knew the constellations. As a kid, shit, since this episode didn't give us much, I'm just going to talk because I want to at least hit 20 minutes. As a little boy, I wanted to be an astronaut. I really wanted to be an astronaut and go into space. Where did that dream go to? I have no idea. It just dissipated at some point in my lifetime. I don't know. Because as a kid, I was fascinated by outer space. As I got older, that dream went away. I guess because astronauts I don't know how much money astronauts make. And I think that might have been part of the reason too. But it is what it is. That was just a quick little side note. Lauren and Ryan. So I said it last week about how he looked at her, and I was correct. He told her he was floored, when he saw her because of how beautiful she is, which she is a beautiful woman, and she is like I said before, very curvaceous. She got the big, her chest is, she got a very well endowed chest. She got a big booty, so she looks good. Now he said that he's never dated within his, within his race. And I was like, that's interesting. And she said she's never dated outside of her race. Now, experts, I want y'all to explain how y'all put these two together. I'm literally asking the question, did y'all put these two together because she has messed with women before and he went out on a date with a man before? Is that why y'all put them together? Because that's the vibe that I get, that y'all put these two together because they both fall up under the LGBT. Is it LGBTQIA? I never know what the acronym is these days because they add more, no shade, but they add more things to it. They just, Shanna says they put them together for drama. I don't, what kind of drama they gonna give is the question. That I did see what's to come this season. I don't, you know how, when people put, when these shows put these trailers together, they cut and paste things, because in the trailer she was talking about she slept with someone else. I don't know if that's in the course of them being married, or if that when that or if that was before the marriage. I don't know. So, and it looks like that might happen on the honeymoon. I can't be positive, but yeah, we'll see. I wonder where they're going. I wonder where they're going for their honeymoon. We shall see. Hopefully next week starts the honeymoon, because I cannot take another week of this crap right here. But I think that they did leave. I think they left the wedding. So I think, oh God, we're gonna get the night of, right. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm already over it. Like, I am bored with Married at First Sight so far. The only person that I'm kind of interested to see what happens with their wedding night is drunk ass Emily, because Emily said that she brought some handcuffs, but she doesn't have the keys. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but there is no way in hell somebody's going to put me in handcuffs and don't have the key. I don't care if we are in the throes of passion. I am claustrophobic as hell. And if you put me in handcuffs and I can't get out, I'm going to freak the hell out. It's happened to me before. Don't ask. I won't. Don't ask how it happened. It wasn't what, and that ain't what you guys are thinking. It just happened that I was messing with somebody's handcuffs. Probably shouldn't have been messing with the goddamn handcuffs. And I chained myself to a bed, and I couldn't get out the handcuffs because we couldn't find the keys. But eventually, we were able to get me out them handcuffs, because my friend had to go get a knife to get me out them handcuffs. There we go. uh So Lauren was telling her Orion about her mom passing away. So I think it's been a year at this point since her mom passed away. She was talking about how her mom was not judgmental. Like, she could go to her mom and tell her mom, like, hey, I had a one night stand with this guy, and they would talk about it and she wouldn't judge her, but then they would have a conversation after. That's right. But whereas her dad is very but after that, her dad would say, her dad is very judgmental. Yes, Shane. I know I said don't ask, and then I proceeded to tell, because I knew I saw it in my head that the comment was gonna be like, please, go into detail. So that's what it was. It wasn't nothing kinky or anything like that. It was just the fact that my friend's parents, they were kinky, and they had handcuffs in their room, and we were watching TV. And damn, and I keep telling the story. We were watching TV in the room, and I saw the handcuffs. I was like, so here's the other thing about me. I'm a very curious person. And you know how the angel saying curiosity unlives the cat? Well, I am a living example of that. Unfortunately, I am a living example of curiosity unliving the cat. If I want to know how something feels, tastes, or anything like that, I'm going to experiment with it. And yeah, that's just so. Yeah, I just want to try the handcuffs on, because I had never put handcuffs on. I've never been arrested or anything like that, and I was just like, I want to know how handcuffs feel, and I don't ever want to know how handcuffs feel ever again in my life. Keep them away from me. We're good on that. Um, with Lauren's dad, he was talking to Orion. Now, Orion did say something that kind of, I don't think he meant it in the way that her daddy took it, when he was talking about he wanted a house in Colorado and on the East Coast so he can go back and forth between them two. And her daddy was like, well, I didn't hear you mention, Lauren in this. Sir, I don't think he meant that he would leave, go to the West Coast or the East Coast or wherever the hell he would go, and just leave Lauren. I don't think that that's what that man was saying, and I don't think that's what he meant. But I do get her dad is overprotective. I don't know if she's the only child or his only girl, but it is what it is. What I will say is I do like them individually. I just don't know if I like them together. I'll say that, because I definitely like Lauren, and I like Orion, and I like the fact that at the wedding they incorporated his Native American culture in the wedding, and I was like, oh, that is so cool. I like that. I would like to learn more about indigenous people. My great great grandfather was a Native American. I think he was a Cherokee, but he passed away years before I was born, so I don't really know too much about that side of my family. But I definitely would love to, learn more about indigenous people. And he also told her that he is a grass dancer. Now, I didn't quite understand what that was. So bear with me. I think we're going to go ahead and Google what is a grass dancer because I have the slightest idea. So, a grass dancer, what is the meaning of? Oh, all the outfits are very cool. They're That's very cool. So, grass dance. Grass dance or Omaha dance is a style of modern Native American men's powwow dancing originated in the warrior societies of the northern Great Plains. And they have a lot of videos on YouTube, but I won't click on them because I don't need them problems in my life on YouTube with YouTube. But yeah, that looks so cool. So it says other origins attribute the grass dance to scouts blessing and flattening the grass for a ceremony, dance or battle. The dancers would also then tie braided grass into their belts. Tying grass to the belt is believed to have led to the yarn and ribbons common today. Very interesting. But yeah, like I said, I like the fact that they incorporated his culture into the wedding. I thought that was really cool. If you guys watch this episode, please let me know and what you guys thought about it in the comment section and on the live. Also, you guys, let me put Shayna on the screen. Now, I don't know if Shayna is reviewing Married at First Sight. Shayna, you can put it in the comment section or the live if you are reviewing it. I know you had a poll up and I voted in your poll, but I don't know if you're going to review it. You can let us know in the live chat if you're still in the live chat if you're going to review it. But yeah, you guys, please do me and Shayna a favor. Go over to her channel and subscribe to her channel, you guys. She does reviews. She does I know she does sisters. She does love and hip hop. She does love and hip hop Miami. What else do you do, Shayna? You did oh, you do Basketball Wives Orlando. So yeah, to everybody who's asked me about Basketball Wives Orlando, again, like I said, this episode gave me absolutely nothing. So I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about in this review. Basketball Wives Orlando. Let's just get on that just for five. I'm just gonna talk about that for 5 minutes. A lot of people have asked me to review it. It's an absolute hell no. Won't touch it with a 10-foot pole, you guys. Shayna does it, so please go subscribe to Shayna and check her out. Show her love. She does Ready to Love. So if you guys watch any of those shows, definitely go subscribe to Shayna and check her out. Okay. Let me know what you got. Let me know what you thought about the episode. I know you said you saw, so let me know what you thought about it. Shannon says, "Thank you for the shout out, JB. Married to Medicine coming up. I'm sure we'll both be doing that in Real Housewives of Potomac. Yes. Married to Medicine. Oh, I'm not on the fence about doing Married to Medicine. I'm on the fence about a certain person that has been added to my show that I love so much. Phaedra Parks. I just don't know why they brought her over, but that is neither here nor there. We'll talk about that on Sunday. But yes. So yeah, you guys definitely go subscribe to Shayna. Like I said, she does Love and Hip Hop Miami just ended this week. I don't know if they're getting a reunion or not, but yeah, y'all know she reviews the show, some of the shows that I just refuse to review. Basketball Wives Orlando is number one on that list. I don't know how anybody watches those. I don't know how y'all watch those shows. But let's go ahead and move on to the next couple, and we done with this episode. Becca and Austin. I don't know how I feel about Becca and Austin. I don't know how I feel about Austin. Because I got a lot of questions when it comes to Mr. Austin. Because Austin is the one that got the woman that's his roommate. That was his roommate. Huh. I got a lot of questions about that. Because I feel like some lines done got blurred with Austin and that roommate before. I really feel like lines done got blurred. And I'm not saying that just because, a man and a woman are roommates that, it has to be automatically something going on between them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it based off of what I've saw. And it just gives me that something may have happened between him and that roommate. Let me know what you guys think. And I will say, I do like Becca. I think she's a sweetheart, right? But I don't necessarily know if this show was the right idea for Becca, especially with her, her ailments. I don't know if this was the right idea because I don't think that Austin is going to be the guy that's going to be there for her when she has, issues with her health. I don't, I don't see it. Those are my opinions, but I want you guys to tell me what you guys think. Now, here's the thing with Becca's friends. Much like Emily's friends, I wonder if her friends are like really her friends because Emily's friends talk crap about her. Becca, you might want to talk to your friends because the fact that they were over there talking to Austin, telling him how sex positive you are and that you will basically just pounce all over him, claw at him, and all that kind of stuff. I was like, this is a perfect stranger. Why are y'all divulging so much information? Another thing, Married at First Sight, I want y'all to stop doing, and it gets on my nerves. When we have the weddings, can we stop this thing where the family will sit here and tell the new spouse about their spouse and how they are sexually and all that kind of stuff? Can we please stop that? Because I just really find that kind of gross. Just my personal opinions. It's a little on the gross side. But yeah, you guys, like I said, this episode was very boring. It was a snooze fest, and I could have done without watching this episode. But you guys, if you guys don't know, when I start reviewing something or doing anything, I have to see it through to fruition, and I unfortunately have to see these episodes through to fruition. I feel like what I might do for the next season of Married at First Sight, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw the casting call is for Austin. So I think what I might do for the next season of Married at First Sight, I'm gonna skip the weddings. I think that's what I'm gonna do next season. I'm gonna skip the weddings completely, and I'll just start reviewing from the honeymoons because the weddings give absolutely nothing. Speaking of weddings, and I still got his picture. No, I don't. Michael. So you guys know that there. So at some point in the season, Dr. Pia, Pastor Cal, and Dr. Pepper are going to be meeting up with Michael. They want to give Michael a second chance because of that, since that first wedding was a disaster. And I still believe that that first wedding was set up by production. Let me know what you guys think. I still think that that was set up by production. That's just the vibes that it gave me, right? So they're going to give him a second chance to get married, and I'm like, oh my god. What I also did notice is that Dr. Pia looked like she got a little raise in this season because we see Dr. Pia quite a bit in that trailer. Dr. Pia gonna be at decision day too. It's not gonna be just Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper. It's gonna be Dr. Pepper, Pastor Cal, and Dr. Pia. I was like, Dr. Pia, you better get your money. Now I wonder if we're gonna see how much are we gonna see of Devon Franklin. That I do wonder. Because they talked, I mean, I remember when they brought on him and Dr. Pia and they made the big announcement and it was all over social media. I thought they were gonna have a bigger role than what they do. Because Devon definitely don't have a big role. Maybe that's how he likes it. I don't know. But yeah, you guys, I'm going for almost 30 minutes, and I think it's just because I randomly talked about different things because this episode gave me zero, nothing. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section below, you guys. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications, you guys. And also, you guys, I have 3 other reviews that I just put up between last night and this afternoon. I put up my Real Housewives of Miami review. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is up, and Sisters is up. So go check those out, and then I will be back later tonight with House of Villains and Kiki Wyatt's World. Let me know if you guys are. I see I get good views on Kiki Wyatt's World, but let me know if you guys are watching that show. I'm really enjoying Kiki Wyatt's World. It's a little she's a little interesting, but I'm still rocking with my girl Kiki, right? And then the Golden Bachelor. So what I've decided to do with the Golden Bachelor is tomorrow we will go live, and what I'll do tomorrow for the Golden Bachelor is I'll just talk about what happened in episodes 4, 5, and then episode 6, which is tonight. So we'll do that tomorrow, and then also, you guys, I will be putting up hot topics as well. And let me see. what about? It's not a lot that I'm talking about this week, but I got some good stories that I want to talk about this week, and that is all I got. You guys have a great evening, and I will catch you guys in the next one. You guys, bye.